Hello and welcome back to 100 Yards of Football, Sports Talk Radio. I'm your producer Jeremiah Long, and joining me to talk about the Texas A&M Aggies recruiting class for 2022 is our host, Mr. Logan Landers. How's it going, man?
Hey, it's going great, Jeremiah. Can't wait to talk about some future Aggies. We got a lot on the cover. I can't wait to get into it.
Absolutely. And for everybody watching at home on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, or listening over in their office over on our podcast, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for all your organic shares. Telling your friends and family by word of mouth about our show has helped us to grow so quickly and so well in the past couple of years. And we just could not be more thankful, honestly. So thank you so much. And if you're not listening to our podcast, make sure you jump over there and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But for now, Mr. Logan Landers, Texas A&M Aggies, what does this fan base have to look forward to with this recruiting class coming up?
Man, they got a lot of amazing commits coming in 2022. Pull up the screen here, let you all look at it, and see who Texas A&M has coming down the pipeline in the year 2022. You can see here, Jeremiah, they're ranked 1 nationally. They're ranked first in the SEC nationally. So they're looking pretty good. They got a lot of good commits. Let's look at everyone who has signed that letter of intent to come play for the Aggies this upcoming year. They do have a transfer coming in, Max Johnson from LSU, the former quarterback, coming over there and going to try and help things out for the Aggies. Looking really good last year at LSU. Trying to get some magic there with A&M now. Up first, our first recruit, we have Ethan Mikulski, kicker, 5'11", 185, 3-star recruit, 4th in his position, 29th in his state, out of Mount Spokane, out of Meade, Washington. Coming up next is Mark Nabal out of O'Day High School in Seattle. Interior onside linebacker, 6'4", 330. Good size on him already. 3-star recruit, 496 ranked national player. 23rd in the state, or 23rd in his position, 8th in the state. Looking really good. I like the size on the young man. We'll see how he does in the college. Coming next is Jaden Scarlett from Argyle High School in Argyle, Texas. Defensive lineman, 6'2", 265. 3-star recruit. Looking really good, 55th in his position, 58th in the state, 419th ranked national player. So they're getting some good guys with size here already. Got an outside linebacker or outside lineman, and now a defensive lineman looking good. They're keeping it with the defense with linebacker Ish Harris from Pilot Point High School in Pilot Point, Texas. 6'3", 195, 4-star recruit. So we're already getting some good 4-stars this early on in the draft class. 37th ranked national player, 52nd in the state. Or 374th ranked national player, 37th in the position, and 52nd in the state. And so the hits keep coming. We have Jared Kerr up next out of Lexington High School, the safety by way of Lexington, Texas. 6'8", 185, 4-star recruit, 31st in his position, 363rd ranked national player, 49th in the state. So they're already going really defensive heavy, but we're going to switch it over to offense now with wide receiver Noah Thomas out of Clear Springs High School in League City, Texas. 6'5", 180, so a very tall receiver already, looking really good. 4-star recruit, 345th ranked national player, 51st in the state, and 47th in his state, 51st in his position. Coming up next is another offensive weapon. It's Theodore Melon Ostrom out of Rig Academy in Sweden. So I don't know where they found this guy from. This is probably the first guy from Sweden we will see here, especially going to Texas A&M, I would guess. 6'6", 245, really good size on him. 263rd ranked national player, 10th in his position, and 1st in the state. So congrats to him. A long move for him coming over from Sweden to Texas A&M. So hopefully he can adjust really well and do good for the Aggies. Now to help protect those young men and Noah Thomas and Theodore Ostrom is Hunter Erb out of Eaton High School in Hazlet, Texas. Offensive tackle, 6'6", 305. Good size on the young man. 260th ranked national player, 20th in the position, and 42nd in the state. Looking really good. Big size on him. Hopefully he can use his hands to protect the pass, protect the run, and help out the Aggies with a few key victories in the trenches. At the cornerback position, 6'1", 180 is Bobby Taylor out of Katy High School in Katy, Texas. 4-star recruit, 159th ranked national player, 19th in his position, and 27th in the state of Texas. So they're going over the defense once again, helping out the secondary now. And before we get over to the next secondary player, we got another tight end here in Donovan Green out of Dickinson High School in Dickinson, Texas. 6'4", 235 pounds, 4-star recruit, 121st ranked national player, 4th in the position, and 20th in his state. So there went two tight ends already with both Green and Theodore Ostrom, as we talked about just a second ago. But up next, we're going back on the defense here at the cornerback position. This time, we're going down to Georgia at North Cobb High School by way of Kennesaw, Georgia. Marquise Groves Killebrew, cornerback, 6 foot 180. So very similar intangibles to Bobby Taylor, just a little bit shorter. 4-star recruit, 102nd ranked national player, 13th in his position, and 10th in the state. Looking really good. Coming up next is Cam Dewberry from Atascosa High School in Humble, Texas. Offensive lineman, 6'4", 313, looking really good. 4-star recruit, 91st ranked national players, already cracking the top 100. 3rd in his position, 17th in the state. Looking really good. Really good size on the young man also. Now we're going to the running back position. First in the backfield is Le'Veon Moss from Ostrom High School in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. 6 foot 190, 4-star recruit, 85th in for his national ranking, 6th in his position, and 5th out of the state of Louisiana. Looking really good. Another tight end, the third one, is Jake Johnson from Oconee County in Watkinsville, Georgia. So another Georgia product here. 6'5", 225, good size on him. First in his position, so they got the best tight end as of 24/7 Sports. Looking really good here. 83rd ranked national player, 7th in the state of Georgia. So really good here. So they're going to have Johnson at the tight end. They're also going to have Green and then Theo Ostrom, looking really good to get those three, get some packages working already with those three. Going next is offensive tackle, 6'4", 265, P.J. Williams out of Dickinson High School in Dickinson, Texas. 4-star recruit, 80th national player, 9th in his position, 14th in the state. Got to protect everyone, so they're already, they're going good with offensive tackles, trying to get Max Johnson, so that's good, looking good. Going back on the defense is Dionne Bowie from Bainbridge High School in Bainbridge, Georgia. So, man, looking good, 5'11", 185, 4-star recruit, 69th ranked national player, 8th in the position, 6th in the state. So they're really going defensive heavy in this recruiting class, and I don't blame them. They got a lot of studs. There's a reason they have the number 1 ranked recruiting class, and they're going to keep it rolling here with Malik Sila from Katy High School in Katy, Texas, once again. Defensive lineman, 6'6", 230, so he's got a lot of speed on him, a lot of size also. 4-star recruit, 66th ranked national player, 10th in his position, and 12th at the state of Texas. So they're keeping it in Texas, and hey, I don't blame them. Everything is bigger in Texas, and they're going to hope that everything is better in Texas. Another product is Chris Marshall on the offensive side of the ball, wide receiver, 6'3", 195 from Fort Bend Marshall High School by way of Missouri City, Texas. 4-star recruit, 62nd ranked national player, 7th in his position, and 11th in the state. So they're also going receiver heavy and tight end heavy, trying to get some good weapons over there. Bryce Anderson back on defense out of Westbrook High School out of Beaumont, Texas. Safety who's 6 foot 190, prototypical build there. 4-star recruit, 56th ranked national player, 7th in his position, and 9th in the state. Looking really good. Keeping it on the defense, though, we're going back to the D-line is Anthony Lucas, defensive lineman, 6'4.5", 275, 4-star recruit, 50th ranked national player, 7th in his position, 1st in the state. And he is coming out of Chaparral High School in Scottsdale, Arizona. Going back, we have an edge rusher with Anaya White from Imhotep Institute by way of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Of course, 6'5", 230, 4-star recruit, 37th ranked national player, 3rd in his position, and 1st in the state. So they're already getting really high up there with guys who are 1st in the state, 2nd in the state. They're getting some really good recruits already, and we're not done yet. Coming up next is quarterback, hopefully for the future. Our first 5-star Jeremiah, Connor Wegman, out of Bridgeland High School in Cypress, Texas. 6'2", 208 pounds, 5-star recruit, 19th ranked national player, 2nd in his position, and 7th in the state. I took a look over some other teams who have signed him. He's got who were looking to sign him. You got teams like Arkansas, Auburn, Baylor. So you got some pretty good names there who are wanting this young man. But the Aggies were able to scoop him up as their first 5-star recruit, and the hits keep coming. We have Denver Harris now out of North Shore High School in Houston, Texas. Quarterback, 6'1", 180, looking really good. 5-star recruit, 17th ranked national player, 3rd in the position, and 5th in the state. Up next, another defensive stud, Gabriel Bronlau Dendy out of Lakeland High School in Lakeland, Florida. 6'3", 280 pounds, 5-star, 16th ranked national player, fourth in a position, second in the state. And now we're getting to a lot of really good players here. Evan Stewart, the cream of the crop. We're in the top 10 now out of Liberty High School in Frisco, Texas. Wide receiver, 6 foot, 175, really speedy. Sixth ranked national player, second in his position, and second in the state. And finally, the piece de resistance, right? The best player taken in this recruiting class, defensive lineman, 6'4", 325, 5-star recruit, Walter Nolan, second-ranked national player, first in the position and first in the state. And he's coming out of Powell High School in Powell, Tennessee. Man, he's had a lot of guys looking to get him. He had Michigan, Tennessee, of course, Alabama, Florida, but the Aggies were able to pull it out and get this amazing defensive stud. And so, as you can see, they really stuck it in their breakdown. They got 16 of their recruits from Texas, 3 from Georgia. They kept it pretty open here by position. They had 6 receivers in total, 6 defensive linemen, and 6 defensive backs. So they covered a lot of really good areas. And man, I think they did a tremendous job. There's a reason now you can see why they are the first-ranked national in terms of recruiting commits. Jimbo Fisher did a tremendous job, and I can't wait to see, Jeremiah, how these young men do for the Texas A&M Aggies in future seasons. Who knows, man? We could be seeing some future All-Americans, some guys going on to the NFL, some college Hall of Famers, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of potential here, and I know everyone that's rooting for the Aggies is hoping that they get some really good players.
Absolutely. And we also hope that they get some really great players. But not only do we hope that, but we hope that everyone is enjoying the process and coming through and, jumping in and getting ready for this next football season, because, it's going to be big. And we've also seen Texas A&M, have kind of a little bit of a sideways season here and there, but we've also seen them rise to the top thoroughly. And so, yeah, it's all about recruiting. It's one of the best things about college football is you can get an entire new class of people who are coming out of high school and kids who are really wanting to find and make their mark, as they come through, and you can completely change your setup and change the way that, you're playing football in the next season, just over a few key changes between the personnel coming in and the way that the teams are put together with these coaching staffs. So, yeah, Logan, thank you so much for that. Everybody who's watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, we are so excited to be bringing you these recruiting specials, and we want to know, what are you most excited about with each of these recruiting classes? Tell us in the comments who gets you excited for this Texas A&M recruiting class and what other teams you want to see us cover with these recruiting classes. And if you're listening to our podcast, thank you so much. But if you're not listening to our podcast yet, what are you waiting on? Come and join us. Pull up your Spotify app, pull up your Apple Podcast, or pull up any other way that you listen to our podcast, including, and do you have any other ones off the top of your head, Logan? Stitcher?
Of course. Stitcher, yeah. iTunes, iHeartRadio, any and every podcast platform, we're over there.
Yeah, absolutely. We are there for you. So anywhere that you listen to podcasts, just look up 100 Yards of Football, and we are here for you. We're going to have all these great recruiting class videos, but we also, during the season, we cover the games as they occur so that we can give you a great preview of what's happening with them, and sometimes we'll give you a great recap of how the games went. We also do interviews with legendary players, coaching staff, and other amazing sports broadcasters. And that's just one of our favorite things to do there, besides these amazing history specials that we put on each week, where we bring you incredible information about classic teams, historical games, amazing moments in college football and NFL history, and even dialogue about specific players in history. And it's something that we love to do. It's something that we just like to do, bring it to you every single week. So listen to us in the morning as you're on your way to work. Listen while you're in your office, if you work from home, listen to us on your break, and be sure to listen to us when you're on your way back home after your workday, or if you have a job that keeps you in the car all day like an Uber driver or a big rig trucker. We can stay with you all day long. We keep it on the field, we keep it really factual, and we just have a lot of fun. So please join us with over 500 episodes now published. We just can't wait to serve you and bring you even more episodes. For the entire team here, I am the producer, Jeremiah Long, and I've been joined by our host, Mr. Logan Landers, to break down the Texas A&M Aggies recruiting class. We'll be right back with another live video.